Well, hello and welcome to this little induction video of the Streetwise van. We're at West Denton Fire Station, which is where the van lives. I'm just going to go through the starter procedure and the daily checks for the van. So the first thing you do is you walk up to it. You've got the key there. That's the key there. It's very easy. Push the top one, that'll pop open, and then the very top part will open the van up. You just press that once, and if you press the bottom one, that will open the entire van up. But this top one just opens the front part. So press that. See the little indicators flash, and that's you ready to get in the van. I'll just have a quick look at it, make sure the tyres are all still up and things, if there's any scratches or anything on it. Then you're just in the van right away. So what you can do is press the second part, and that'll open the back of the van up as well. That's it, open as well. So what we do is we climb in. You notice it's all nice and clean and tidy. So the idea is you want to leave it as you want to find it, or as you want to find it as you left it. So close the door, ignition key in, give the gear stick a little waggle, make sure it's out of gear. There's a little orange light that will pop up here when all the red lights and the ignition goes on. You want to wait for that orange light to go off, and then the van means it's okay to start. So just put it on, that's it on. Orange light's gone off, it's okay to start. Drop to rev it and just simply let it warm up itself. If it's cold, put the heaters and stuff on. And the vent fan, put it to windscreen. That's the one for a windscreen, and that just means it's going to recycle its air. And then you want to start doing your checks on your van. So turn it twice, that's side lights, main lights, and you can give the windscreen wipers a little go, make sure they're okay. You can even toot the horn, and then your hazard lights on as well. Then you're just going to do a visual inspection of the outside of the van. Right, so that's us outside the van now. So you're just going around making sure there's plenty of tread on the tyres, make sure the tyres are still up, and make sure all the lights are working. Your hazard lights, side lights and your main lights, they all want to be working, and just leave the van just gently warm up on its own while you're doing this. Just takes 5 minutes of your day. And if you find anything, just write it down on your check sheets. There you go, plenty to tread on them, and you're just looking down the side of the van for any scrapes or scratches. And if you do have a little bump in it or anything when you're out and about delivering stuff for young people, then please report it to your line manager straight away, because you don't want to be getting the blame for something that you've not actually done. At the very back, you just want to make sure this door's open it up. Then you've got all your power cables there. And on the other one, you've got your petrol can there. That's your weights for the awning, if you have the awning out. And just make sure these are your side ramps for getting the generator in and out are secure. You want to stow it like this every time you leave it, and then obviously that's the generator, which we'll do another video on how to get that out and start it up. But just make sure all the bungees are in, attached, locked in, and the generator's not going to go anywhere. This corner down here, this is all the new electrics for the van. I know this is a very attractive space to put stuff on it, but you want to keep that clear. Don't put anything on there, because that's all the van's electrics. This little one here, that's for the aerial for the 220 volts, which is the television and the big heater in the roof, but you won't be really needing to touch that. So when you've had a look in here, just close the door. If you do get a buzzer when you go off to drive the van, it's usually this door that hasn't been closed correctly. You don't have to slam it, but just give it a good shut. That's that one done. Then you just continue with your walk round checks. Make sure all the lights are working, and all the little orange ones. And again, plenty of tread in the tyre back here, and then just make sure that's shut. That's for your 220 for plugging your generator in. The last one was ripped off by people being a bit enthusiastic with it, shall we say. So once you've done that, that's your visual outside checks of the van done. Right, so you've done your outside checks, you just got to do your inside checks now, which is the back of the van. Now there's something new here. This little thing here, it's got van locker keys on it. This is for the back of the van. So this is like the camper van part of it. So you take them, and inside here you have 4 keys which are all numbered, and they can work all the back lockers. So I'm going to take them into the back of the van, show you how you get into that, and then we can take it from there. Right, so you got your little pot of keys. This is to make sure nothing gets lost. Now you want to open the back part of the van. So provided, remember, on the key fob, if the bottom part of it is open, which it should be, the side door will open as well. To operate the side step, it's very easy. Put your foot on the side, give it a little push and it'll come back. That's the side step out. Put the side step away, put your foot on the up with there, gently push it down, push the side step in, and that's it. It's very, very easy. Now, open the back door, you just pull that towards you and slide it all the way back so it's on its stop. I'll just put the side step out to get in, and you'll notice how clean, tidy the van is. This is how everybody wants it kept. As I say, you want to find it as you left it. And if it's not in this condition, well, you know, remember that it's got Streetwise all over it, down the sides, the front, the back, and in the interior. So it's, you know, you're selling this service that you're providing out on the road. So you come straight to the back of the van, little pot of keys, they go in there. Now you'll see up here that Streetwise Youth van key locker numbers. So all of that locker there, obviously that's the front of the van, and if you go at the front, that's that locker there. So inside here, all the keys are numbered, so that tells you you want key J156, and then that will open that door. And then to go around, you've got lockers there, a locker there, a locker here, one at the very top which is just opened, one there, and one there. And then again, you can see all the way around where the lockers are, you've got the number for the keys. So there's only 4 keys, 4 different types of locks, but they live in there. And then when people are in the back of the van, that's where they go. And then when you finish with the van at the evening, this then goes back into the front of the van, so then nobody can take the keys home with them and get lost in pockets or anything like that. So that's the keys explained. So the power for the van, you can probably just hear the engine just gently warming up. It's not going to bother it. But if I flick this on, that tells us how many batteries, how many volts are in that big battery that I showed you at the back. Providing it's 12 and above, that's absolutely fine. It can be 12.1, it doesn't bother it. And the next one along, everything's clearly marked. You've got USB, you'll see this light up. If you need to charge your phones or anything like that, or run anything, that puts power to that. And then you've got your TV antenna. Now your TV antenna is that little box that I showed you in the very back of the van. To put power to that, you just put that on. And then if you're running the generator or you're plugged in, then obviously the TV will work from 220, but you will need that on for the antenna. So that's the television antenna. We don't need it on today, so we'll just switch it off. And then you've got 3 sets of lights. So you've got the roof lights, you've got low level lights, and you've got the 2 exterior lights. So basically, if you've got blue lights, that's the entire van now switched on. So we don't need the TV antenna, we don't need the external lights. The biggest thing about the external lights is if you're using the van in the evening, if you need to move it, then they must be switched off, because effectively it's 2 bright lights that are hanging out, well, sticking out the side of the van, which will just remain on. That'll just confuse other drivers, and you don't want to get yourself into bother. And the low level lights and the roof lights, I'll show you them. So that's the low level lights on. That's not. That was the roof lights I had, sorry. So that's the low level lights off. They're over there as well, and that's them on. And the light up all this area here, all the way around the van. So we'll switch them off. Keep them on actually. And then the roof lights, that's them off. And that's them back on. And the great thing about the roof lights is, if you just go and tap them, any of the lights will go off. So that's one off. That one off. There's one over there. We'll give that a little tap. That's them off. But all the other roof lights stay on. And the great thing is if you switch the roof lights back off and back on, they all come back on, which is great. They just reset themselves, which is really handy. Right, when you come to the van, like today it's very cold, as you can see, it's been snowing, so it's very cold. Now we've got what's called a night heater in the van now, which is a great thing. So the night heater, all you do, this little area, this little box here, there's a little light here with it looks like 3 arrows pointing up. That's the heat control. So all you do is you just press that little green light, this one here, comes on at the very top. That 3 is indicating that it's only 3 degrees in here. And then if you use these arrows down and up, that will set the temperature for the van. So it's set at 25 degrees at the moment. It just flashed 25. As that light is on, this one here, you just press it on and then you just walk away from it. And what it will do, the night heater will do its checks to make sure it's safe to start. And then this little vent down here, you'll hear it start to start up very slowly, and it'll build up the air temperature in here, so it's toasty warm. Now it's completely okay when you come, and we're still not moved from the fire station yet, to come to the van, switch the night heater on and just leave it on. It runs on diesel from the fuel tank. It won't bother it. So what it means is you can actually take the van out around Newcastle. If you're going to go and set up, you've got to do activities with young people, and when it gets on site, the back of the van is nice and toasty warm. You don't have to shut it down when you get on site. It will sort itself out and it'll just keep producing heat whilst there's young people and yourselves are in here. Now I'll show you a little bit what's in the cupboards. I'm not totally familiar what you put in there. I know there's some stuff for sexual health and things that Mandy's put in there. And again, these can all be locked. And then what we've done, remember I showed you the weights at the very back, and then inside there is your searchlights, and then your awning, which has all been nicely tucked away in there. So that's kind of like your outside locker. But all these lockers can be locked, and I think it's a good idea. There's more power there for 220, and then these two lockers for your kit. Don't know what you're going to put in there. And the second one all the way at the back, that opens as well. Now with this back one, this one here, that's the only one where the seat will actually lift off. So if you've got something big to put in, maybe like the tailgater or something like that, then this seat will actually lift up this way, so you can get into it either from the locker door or take that seat off, and then it'll you can move it out of the way, which makes it a lot easier. Then the drawer at the back, that's got your PlayStation 4 in it, and then I don't know if there's anything in this one. Oh yeah, there's more stuff in there. That's sanitizers, face masks, and all that kind of stuff for the kids. Young people, I should say. And then there's more PowerPoints up there. But that is basically your van. So once everything's clean and tidy in here, you know how to start it up. And as I say, it's just shutting it down in the reverse order. Not forgetting we're at a fire station, so there's the fire extinguisher. Alright, there you go. Right, to shut the van down, it's just the complete opposite direction. So, I'll just go straight to the back cupboard. You've got all your locker keys there. Just make sure all the locks are locked up again. You don't have to worry about this one so much. And then you're shutting the van down. So, all the lights are still on, the night heater's on. So, you can hear the fan running away. That's belting out hot air. And all you do is press and hold for a second, let it go, the little green light up here's gone off, and you'll hear the fan I should say, slowly start to slow down. It's as simple as that to shut the night heater off, and then your lights, just all the blue lights off, and the back of the van's then dead. So it's off, off, USB off, the amplifier off. Take the keys, the most important thing. Make sure the remote control's back in, shut the door, everything's still clean and tidy, floors are all clean, then open the door, out you get. Don't forget to put the step back in, and just close this door. So there you go, that's your little induction video for the Streetwise Youth van. So the back of the van's all locked up, all the keys are back in there, which is where they need to be, and nobody can take them home with their pocket and anything. And as I say, just please remember when you're driving it, it's got Streetwise on every single corner. So the van will be recognised, and it's got Streetwise's name all over it. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Alright, well thanks for watching, and good luck and have fun in it. Alright, bye bye now.